So as you know, this is Black History Month, and that's why this is my favorite jacket. I'm going to wear it every week because on the back it says Cassius Clay. Do y'all know who Cassius Clay is? Also known as Muhammad Ali. I just noticed you're wearing one of our t-shirts, the Love is Love t-shirt. I love that. And I'll talk a little bit more about t-shirts that's coming up, but our Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, stood up for his spiritual movement of saying nonviolence, his Muslim principles, and he changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. So I am celebrating this incredible movement, an incredible time that we celebrate called Black History. Tonight, Martin Luther King is going to give us a message about immigrants. Who's an immigrant in this room, and who's a child of an immigrant? And guess what? We're all immigrants unless you're Indigenous American. So I just want to say that. So this is a message. Doreen's hand is up. She's waving. She's waving. So we're going to see an incredible message from Martin Luther King about what America owes to its immigrants. Let's watch this. Let's shut the lights down a little bit so we can see it. Thank you, brother.
My brothers and my sisters, we stand again at a threshold of conscience, a place where the nation must decide whether it will live the creed it carved into stone or continue to run from the promise it made to the world. For too long, America has stretched out her hand to the weary and the wandering, yet pulled it back when the stranger drew near. But I am here to say that a nation cannot bless the earth while building walls around its own compassion. Some say close the gates. Some whisper there is not enough room at the table. But I say to you, fear is a poor architect of a house meant for freedom. This land was not shaped by one color or one tongue. It was carved by the sweat of immigrants, the dreams of refugees, and the blood of the enslaved. Together they built a nation that has not always loved them back. We are told that newcomers are a burden, but history testifies that the immigrant is the seed of renewal. The bold soul who leaves the known for the unknown, and by courage alone expands the boundary of what is possible. Let us never forget, nobody chooses to uproot their life for comfort. People cross deserts and oceans because staying means death, despair, or silence. We who preach liberty to the nations cannot turn our backs when the nations come knocking at our door. And though men draw borders with pins and fences, God draws only one circle, the circle of humanity. Within that circle, no race is foreign, no language is alien, and no child is illegal. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality. If we deny justice to the newcomer today, tomorrow that denial will find its way back to our own doorstep. The chains forged for one group soon rattle on the wrist of us all. My friends, the question before us is not simply who belongs here, but who are we willing to become? Will we be the nation that trembles when strangers arrive, or the nation that remembers it was once a stranger itself? Will we clutch our blessings like misers, or scatter them like seeds destined to grow? Let us choose the courage of welcome. Let us build bridges wider than the rivers, and hearts deeper than the politics of the moment. And when history turns a page and our grandchildren ask, how did you treat the ones who came seeking refuge? Let us answer with clear voices and clean hands. We widened the door. We stood for dignity. We believe the world is big enough for all of God's children. For that is how freedom rises, not by shutting people out, but by inviting the world in and daring to live as one human family.
That is on YouTube. Absolutely. I'm gonna repost this to my to my page on Facebook if you want to get that. I'm gonna post that probably tomorrow. I want you to take a moment and just hear what you just heard. How important are those words today? And I remember my friend Gerald Rivers, our friend, all of our friends now, Gerald Rivers was here and he said something that was so important to realize. Martin Luther King was a prophet. And he knew that these words would move forward and would be needed at this time. He saw this. So I'm giving thanks to Martin Luther King as I stand here because of the work that he's done. He's inspired all of us to remember Black history and to make a difference. And remember, Black history is not just for Black folks. It's our history. Yes. So right now, I'm inviting up a practitioner. I want to bring, and I always say this, we have a practitioner that's holding vigil right here, Jenny Barnett. She's not sleeping, y'all. She's holding vigil right here. She's holding the high watch, and that's what practitioners do. We stand and we hold the high watch in the midst of chaos, in the midst of joy, in the midst of all this. That is our job. We hold the consciousness that God is everywhere present. We have another practitioner that represents our practitioner corps that's going to give us our invocation and our spiritual reading for tonight. This is my friend, longtime friend, Miss Liz Racy.
Good evening. Yes, it's just fascinating, isn't it? The words he spoke 60 years ago, it's like, oh, we need them again today. Wow. So tonight's reading is from the book of the month, The Magic of the Soul by Patrick J. Harbula, the book that Reverend Skip's class is using, Journey in the Journey of the Soul. Spiritual maturity. We tend as humans to look in the world of form at how we are different from or better than others. This reflects an adolescent stage of human development. The developing child differentiates his or her views and behaviors from authority figures and challenges all conventions in order to establish his own identity. This is healthy and necessary. Once that identity is achieved and developed into adulthood, the opportunity opens to recognize one's own values, appreciate the unique values of others, and sense the essential unity that lies at the core of all values. As a species, human beings are in spiritual adolescence, some might argue infancy. We still have a need to differentiate ourselves from others as a result of our yet immature mistaking of form for reality. Our perception in the world of form is that we are separate. In our spiritual adulthood, coming into our soul awareness, we recognize that we are both individual, human, and imperfect, as well as one with all life, divine, and unlimited. Anytime you notice that you are comparing yourself to someone else, that you are different or better in some way, practice noticing how you are alike. That you are, we all have similar fears, hopes, dreams, hurts, and purposes. We are all striving for the same things: peace, fulfillment, a meaningful existence. We can empower each other by reorganizing our sameness and communicating our understanding of each other. We are connected on so many levels: physically through quantum energy, emotionally through our human weaknesses and our love, and spiritually through our soul essence. This has been a powerful and important lesson for me. Throughout my life, I have compared myself to others or judged others as a way of feeling better about myself. This is a common, unconscious process for many of us, designed to evade feelings of inadequacy or low self-esteem. When I practice seeing myself as one with everyone, it helps stretch my awareness beyond my own self-doubts and into a wider definition of self that empowers me as well as those around me. What often stands in the way of recognizing our sameness is that when we are out of touch with our own weaknesses, we project them outward into the world and onto others. Anytime we judge others, we can look at ourselves and ask the question, is this the behavior I am judging in this individual, a quality that I dislike in myself? Such introspection can open a door to greater self-understanding. Our projections are an indirect way of creating a mirror for ourselves so that we can address our growth at a deeper level. Perhaps this process is orchestrated by the soul to provide us a reflection to see ourselves more clearly when we are not willing to look into the mirror of self-examination ourselves. The friction that arises in relationships from such projections usually leads us to a more honest self-assessment. The key to healing and growth through such projections is acceptance. As we accept ourselves at the deepest levels, we automatically become accepting of others. So let's pray. How blessed, how grateful, how thankful we are that we are in this group together, just recognizing there is one power, one presence, one life, one mind, and it is operating in, through, and as each and every one of us. Anyone who's ever stepped into this sacred place, they are in this united consciousness right here and right now. So we are open and available to hear a new word, to see ourselves new, to accept all around us, and to accept ourselves. How blessed we are for this awareness. And we're just blessing tonight, blessing our beloved brother Skip, knowing that he is an open channel, that God pours through a message that strikes our heart, that lifts our soul, that shifts our mind, that heals our consciousness. This is a healing and renewing evening. We are healing anything in our physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual being that needs to be healed right here, right now, and it is done. We are blessing our beloved Jamie and the music and the word and the lyric that he brings forth that just makes our heart dance and sing with joy. We are blessing all those who came forward in service tonight, just knowing that they too are an open channel for God to pour forth. We are the place of God. We are the place of good this evening. We are the place of understanding, compassion, and enlightenment this evening because of this gathering and this unique group tonight. Thank you, beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am. We know it, we feel it, we say it is so. Something wonderful is happening right here and right now. So I just released this word. And the law says, yes, 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 oh, you betcha. And so it is, amen.
Oh, Lord, I'm grateful, so very thankful. I feel the blessing, divine caressing. I am so grateful, so very thankful. My soul addressing the prayers I'm dancing. When I wake up, I pray how I can serve today. I surrender all confusion. I live in humanhood, no one misunderstood. We are all a holy union. holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union.
Yeah. Come on, Jamie.
I am so grateful, so very thankful. I feel a blessing, divine caressing. I am so grateful, so very thankful. My soul's addressing the prayers I'm dancing. When I wake up, I pray. How can I serve today? I surrender all confusion. I live in humanhood, no one's misunderstood. We are all a holy union. Come on, y'all. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union. Come on now. We are one holy union. We are one holy human. We are one holy human union. We are one holy human. We are one holy union. We are one holy human union.
Come on now. Come on now. Woo. I love God. Anybody else? Anybody love music and dancing and singing and celebrating? Because you know one thing I learned about the energy I put into anything is the energy I get back. So when I enter into meditation and prayer with incredible energy, that's what I'm going to get back. Because that's how the universe works. The universe responds to our yes, to what we say, what we put into the universe. That's what it says, and it sends it back to us. We are a magnet. We are a magnet. We are a magnet. For what we put out comes back. And we're talking about worthiness today. We're talking about self-love and understanding it is not something that you work for. It is something that is yours, inherently yours. It's something that you came to this planet with. You know, part of the work that we get to do in this, and I call this Earth School. I'm not the first person to call it Earth School, but I can't remember who said it, so I said it. I can't remember a lot of people tonight, but I'm just, Dr. Siri knows what I'm talking about. But part of this work that we get to do in Earth School, we are here to remember our divinity. Our human experience, what you're talking about, is the gateway to our divinity. So every single thing that you've ever gone through is to get you to remember that you're a divine being having this human incarnation. That's what you're having, a human incarnation. This is not a human experience, y'all. I stopped saying it's a human experience because if everything is God and you truly believe that everything is God, then your experience is divine. The heartaches are divine. The people who have made their transition and you feel that they left you, they didn't go anywhere. They transitioned from this human body into spirit. And guess what? We all got to take this journey. We all get to go through this door. I don't know when. And I'm not trying to check out today because I'm going to Bali in a month. I am. But what I do know is I'm not afraid of death. I'm not afraid of going through that next door, life after life. We talked a little bit about this yesterday in our class, Journey of the Soul. If you didn't sign up, you'll get an opportunity to sign up again when we do this again. We talked about this, that this is the polarity of life. This is a part of the beauty of life. When you go through that door, and I don't know what's on that door, but I am so excited. I'm so ready to see it. And like I said, I'm not ready to go yet, but I'm not afraid of it. Why? Because I know that I'm worthy. I know that I'm connected to a divine spirit. I know that my life, I am God in the flesh. I am the eternal source that can never end, that can never die, that is in me. This is what I know. And that's why when we talk about church, or whatever you want to call it, the center, or we talk about singing or praying or meditating, I get excited. You can't even see this at home, but I got God bumps. I don't call these goosebumps anymore. I call them God bumps. Because these bumps are a reminder that something's happening within me. If we are willing to get excited about our spirituality, our life is going to change. And we're going to have a vision that's going to pull us versus a pain that's pushing us. We must get excited about our spiritual practices, getting here in fellowship. And yes, if you're at home, I love you. I love you, love streamers. But I would love for you to be in this room as well, where I can give you a big old hug. I hug everyone going out that door. Why? Because when I share love, guess what I get back? Love, baby. That's why we're doing a love concert this week. And we have sold 180 tickets. Clap that up, yes. Clap that up. And we are going to fill this room up. We have room for 250 people. We want to see 250 people in here. It's going to be hot. It's going to be sweaty. It's going to be amazing. And it's also going to be T-shirt Sunday. And T-shirt Sunday is that if you bought one of our brand new T-shirts that I helped to design and put out there, we have the Love is Love T-shirt. And this new T-shirt will be on sale on Sunday. And all the proceeds is coming to the church. But we're going to wear our Love T-shirts for the Love concert for my friend Ricky Byers is going to be here. And if you don't know, yes, I love, thank you. Whoever clapping in the back, keep clapping. Let me tell you about Ricky Byers, which I love, and part of this work, and I get to bring my brother up in a moment. Ricky Byers is the foremost New Thought musician in the world. Most of the songs that we sing every Sunday, and I know the songs we sing here, besides Jamie Lula and Floyd Lula's songs, we sing Ricky songs. Ricky songs are sang every Sunday, every Wednesday, somewhere. Blessed Always has been sung so much. Om Shanti, I know you don't like Om Shanti, but Om Shanti is a great song. And all the endless songs that we get to hear, we get to thank this beautiful soul. And she's going to be here on Sunday, 2 o'clock. Please come out. We're also celebrating a sister of mine, Lynn Romanowski. Y'all know Lynn? Oh, yeah. Maya goes, oh, yeah. Lynn Romanowski is our first chaplain. And why is that so important? Because when you're going through your hardship or a loss or your pain or you're in the hospital, we want to have the energy of the chaplain to show up to meet you right where you are. Back in the day, we used to call it the sick and shut in. Didn't like that. Anybody else remember that? We used to call it the sick and shut in. No, it's those who can't make it into church or in the hospital or doing that work. This is part of the spiritual movement that I am so grateful for. So what I just want you to do is right now, just go ahead and close your eyes. Put your feet on the floor. And I just want you to take some breaths because I want you to center in. I want you to hunker into this space. Bring your right hand onto your heart, left hand right above the right hand right there. And I want you to just take some deep breaths in. And a deep exhale. That's really a nice, smooth energy. Take another deep breath in. Inhale. Deep, deep, deep. Now hold the breath at the very top. Hold the breath. Feel the energy. Feel the prana. Big exhale. Let go. And as we center ourselves into this divine energy of unconditional love, I want you to remember a time where you felt very connected. Remember a time where you felt energized and you felt the presence of spirit that was deep within you, not outside of yourself. It could be in this community. It could have been with a loved one, your partner, maybe out in nature. Just feel that energy. Feel and remember, recall, recall, recall. It is different from a memory. It's a recalling. And when we recall the energy, it activates right in us. Recall it. remember it, feel it. And take this vibration. I want you to know this is your birthright. This is your gift that you came here in this reincarnation or incarnation with this unconditional love presence. We're connected to a cord of memory. And our calling is to remember, to remember, to remember. And our purpose is to be a lover of love. We're here to remember. This connection can never, ever, ever be lost. We're here to remember that we are worthy to experience this every moment of our life. Take a breath again. Inhale. Deeply. Inhale. Keep. And hold the breath. Exhale. I invite you to slowly open up your eyes. Just continue to hold this space. Hold it. As I bring my brother up to the seat here with his microphone, we can bring the lights up a little bit here. It's my brother Jamie Lula, y'all. I've known Jamie for a long time, and I'm so grateful that we get to have this conversation.
Me too.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So we're talking about love, and I love talking about love. I was once told that you tell everybody I love you. You just go up to people and say, I love you. I go, because I do. I do love everybody. And how I can love everyone, because there's a God presence within me that allows me to love. I always say this, Jamie. If you can't love someone, allow God in you to love that person.
Mm.
You know, part of this work of being in the space of asking this deep questions of worthiness and our inherent gift of love, I want to ask you, because I believe we all have this belief that we're not worthy. Do you remember the first time that you felt unworthy of love?
Never, ever in my life.
Talk to me, brother.
I was little,
Yeah.
and I can remember it. I think like in first grade, we had a nun, Sister Valerie, and she wasn't very kind. And my mother called me Jamie from the time I was little. My name is Charles James Lula, but named after my father's friend Charlie Dykeman and Jim, another guy, Jim Lynn, who was a police officer. I was named after those two. But my family called me Jamie. And in first grade, Sister Valerie was the teacher. She had no business teaching first graders. She was kind of a hateful, Be kind.
Be kind, yes.
We in church.
Yes, yeah. Praise the Lord. And I was talking, because I was a little boy. I was talking. And she was like, she held up this drawing that I was like, who's this Jamie? Who is this Jamie? And it just scared the hell out of me, and I didn't answer. And she crumpled it up and threw it away. And she went to my mother and said, he has to go by his baptismal name, which is Charles. I was never Charles. Still not a Charles, not a Chuck, not a Charlie. And it was just, it was kind of devastating. So I then became Charles in first grade, and then in second grade I became James, and then in about fifth grade I became Jim, and we had a principal in elementary school that called me Jeff. So the joke was, what the hell is your name? And on my 21st birthday, I was in Yosemite with my best friend, Michael Van Overbeck. And I said, I'm going back to Jamie.
Yeah.
So like there was a long period of time. So when William came to us when he was little and said, Mommy and Daddy, I would prefer to be called William. His name was Dylan Shanti. And I would, and what came out much later, he said he too felt judged. But he said, I felt if I changed my name, then I would be different and people would like me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
So
yeah.
I think we had the same nun, because I can't remember my first grade teacher. She was Sister, I want to say it's Miriam. I don't know why that comes to mind right now. But I do remember this early age when my mother would teach us that unless you're good, you're never going to go to heaven. And I was never good. I was that child that my mom would go, boy, you don't sit down in church. I don't know about you. Back in the day, I used to get, the church pinch. Anyone knows what the church pinch is? My mother had the nails of a goddess. And I would be acting up in church, and she would go through, and she'd take her nails, and she'd just twist, and you go, ah! And I realized, oh, wait a minute. My mother would go to me, oh my God, you're the best son, when I would do something so good, and it had to be in church. Like I would recite a Bible verse, or I would say the prayer at dinner, and my mom would go, you are so good. That's my good boy. That's when I first realized how love needs to be earned. And then I realized all my life I was trying to earn people's love. These are deep-rooted things that are so in us that we're here to free. Have you ever did anything that you have accomplished and everyone said, that was amazing, and you still didn't feel worthy of it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
You know, what you just said just reminded me, I think our parents were more concerned about how they looked rather than how we looked. You're a reflection of me.
Yeah.
When I released my first solo record, Something's Calling Me,
I love
back
that
in
album.
17 days before William was born in 2002, I was like, okay, next record. And we were seeing a couples therapist at the time, and he said, did you really take the time to look at what it took to create this? This is, the songs, writing the songs, crafting the songs, finding a band, and the years that it takes to do that, and then finding a band, and then the artwork, and then the recording of it, and all the different things, and Ben Dowling produced it, and I know none of you can relate, because it's like you get done with stuff and you just really acknowledge it, because you're all levitating, and I'm not. But yeah, just so many things where it was like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
And didn't take the time. So with William this weekend, it's like, I really want you to take the time, because there was a segment of his photography exhibit where he, on two sides of a photo that he had taken of Michael at the Saban, on the stage at the Saban, on two sides of it, he started taking photos at Agape when he was 16. And they let him come in, and they would post the pictures that he took. He's got pictures of Van Morrison, and obviously Ricky, and the band, and congregants, and Michael, and Martin Luther King III, and just all kinds of people. I said, have you taken the time to really look at what this body of work represents?
What it represents.
And really, really taking it in. I used to tell him this story on the way to school called Benji and Briggy. And it was about a boy and his golden retriever. And there was this one particular story where he had a project, he had a science fair project that he had to do. And so he prayed on it to figure out what he wanted to do for his project. And then when he prayed and got clear on what he wanted to create, he then prepared and put the project together. And then he got to the science fair, and he presented. They were all these PRs. It just came up with it one day, driving him to school. And then at the end of the project, he took a look at all the work that he had done, and he felt a healthy sense of pride for
That's
having done
powerful.
all this work.
Yeah.
And
That's
it was
powerful.
something that I was telling myself, and I'm still telling myself.
Yeah. You know, I believe, and this is where I get the chance to catch myself all the time, and it comes from the very first time that I ever spoke in public, not even as a fitness professional, because I had been traveling the world, presenting years all over the world, but my first time speaking as a ministerial student and getting up, and I knocked it out of the park. And the reason why I say knocked it out of the park, not because of what I believed, of what my fellow students were saying, oh my God, you're so amazing. And in my mind, I went to directly, but I'm not as good as Michael Beckwith. And I held on to that. And I say this to say this because we are hardwired and created to know our greatness. And we're programmed to know our success. We're programmed to know our failures. We're hardwired to acknowledge. One of the things I want you all to do this week is when someone comes up into you and says, oh, I love you, I love what you do, how many times do you deny it? How many times you go, no, okay, thank you, but no, that's really denying the flow of your greatness. Notice that. What does it mean for you when you say to yourself, you were born to be great, and yet you deny yourself? What does that mean to you when people do that, or you might do it to yourself?
I've done it a lot. And I thought it was, because, I remember very distinctly going, don't get too full of yourself.
That's my mom.
Anybody else
My
get
mom
that? Yeah,
used to
don't
say
get too
that.
full of yourself.
Be humble.
Be humble. Be
Sit
humble.
down.
So it was, and then I remember that story that Michael told when they were in Italy and they saw this man and he just looked fabulous and he was like in his 90s, but he was dancing and he looks fabulous.
Yep.
And he went up to him and said, you dance so wonderfully and you look fabulous. And the man looked at him and said, it's true and thank you,
True and thank you
It's
is
true
the
and
response.
thank you, yeah.
We used to do that, Agape.
Yeah.
We used to say true thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know why this comes to mind, and I didn't say this first, so I can't claim it tonight. But comparison is a joy stiller. And when we compare ourselves, we are again denying our greatness. As a musician, do you compare yourself to other singers or other musicians? Because I do all the time. When I hear someone speak and I'm going, you knocked it out of the park, and I begin to compare, but I catch myself, I don't stay there.
Yeah.
I work on that. Do you ever do that as a musician?
Yeah. I mean, there's certain singers that I think I'll never get there. But it's the same thing that you're talking about. It's good that you're not like Michael Beckwith.
Yeah.
Because that's Michael Beckwith.
That's Michael Beckwith. He's one
you
Michael.
know? And it's like my brilliance is unique.
And I don't want anybody else walking around here to be like me.
Right.
Man, two of me around here? No.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Well,
I
it's-
couldn't take two of me.
I mean, this little off subject,
Yeah.
but the idea of it's like, I can't imagine like living in an all-white world.
I know.
Because I can't imagine my life and my music and every aspect of my writing and my spirituality without the benefit of all the different cultures that I've been exposed to.
And
in
let's
my life.
really qualify that. What he's saying is nothing wrong with our white brothers and sisters. I love
Right.
all y'all. I love all y'all. But how boring would it be if everyone looked the same?
Yeah.
Blonde hair, white skin, and danced the same, and sang the same, and played the same music everywhere you went. This is the beauty of our circle. Look at the circle. Look at the diversity and the inclusivity that is happening right here in this community right now. This is powerful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So powerful. Couple more questions, and we're going to move forward here. What song is your masterpiece that you've written? And that's like saying, what's your favorite child? But you only have William, so we can get away with William. That's easy. What is your masterpiece? And then I'll share mine after you're done with yours. What is your masterpiece that you've written that you go, dang, that's God. That was amazing. I thank you for sending this through me. Which song?
There's a song I wrote called Love Me. And the lyric is, some fool's got a broken heart. Some fool's got a broken heart. So share it with me. I know, 'cause I've been there before. Oh, that fool, so familiar. You know, I've heard those words before. That fool looks in the mirror back at me. And I wrote that. That and my song Perfect. But Love Me is Love Me is what comes to mind, because loving myself, you know, the last couple years prior to this year, my intention was about I'm committed to loving myself unconditionally, to suspend judgment of myself, because I just judged the living caca of myself. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like because I know that if I can love me, it's the whole thing, it's the whole projection. Because what I see in you that I don't like or I'm uncomfortable with is what I'm uncomfortable in me. And I think that's what's going on in the world. All
That's
these
what
folks.
the reading was all about.
Exactly.
That's
And
exactly what the
even,
reading's all about.
You know, even what Martin Luther King was saying,
Yeah.
it's like there's so much projection going on, the projection of the self-hate that's going on. And I just want to love myself unconditionally.
I had a profound experience today, and I go back to, and thank you, Paul, for helping me. And sometimes you have this real when you're a writer, you have this critical eye, and you just want to keep rewriting, and you're just not. And part of this delay, I've been writing this book for 10 years, and it's been sitting there, and then finally, I'm like, okay, I got back from Florida, said I got to get this book done. So I went through edits, and still not happy with it. And today, I had this profound moment where I dropped into the presence of God, and I'm reading these words, and I'm going, I cursed. I'm not going to curse here. I said, oh, I wrote this. And I had a moment of greatness, realizing what God sent through me and hearing it. And it wasn't me reading it. It was sitting there listening to the playback. I went, oh my God, thank you. Thank you for choosing me to give this message to the world. It was that moment that you realize God did something through you, as you. It was incredible, and I would say it's probably one of the most profound moments of greatness I've ever had. I know we get to hang together here on a Wednesday night creating something new, and I'm so grateful. What is this movement that's happening right now? Because I see two different things that are happening right now. We have this space of marginalization, people trying to shut us down, but there's this uprising in people standing up for righteousness, which means right action in metaphysics, standing up for people, for everyone, all of us. What does that mean to see this? And you're part of this movement, because I know who you are, and your wife is a part of it. Susie Lula is going to be here next month speaking as we celebrate Women's History Month. Your son. What does this uprising mean for you at this time right now?
You know, I've expressed we're going through the birthing pains.
Yeah, we are.
We're going through labor pains and the it's like I've been singing Let There Be Peace on Earth, and let it begin with me since second grade. And I love the song and I hate the song, because especially when we just sing it by rote. It's like the Lord's Prayer, Our Father who art in heaven. It's like, no, it's like there's got to be some life to it. And I feel like there's, and it's not like some spiritual mumbo jumbo tree. It's like I honestly know that something is being birthed, that more people are waking up to the truth of our oneness, of the magnificence of our one. I mean, King was speaking of it, so long ago. Yeah. And it's like that the world is waking up to a oneness, to yet, and it's like, I think this birthing is going to be a long process. I may not see it in my life, which saddens me, but it's like I'm willing to be part of that birthing, and we've been doing family therapy because we want to be closer, and I just realize how I shut down and I take things so personally, and my hackles go up, and it takes me everything to just stay there and not run and hide because the shame. And I think that there's all these folks that are looking and creating that otherness are just filled with shame, their own shame, their own unhealed trauma.
That's it.
I've said this here before. It's like I was molested by my uncle, and then introduced to pornography at about 12 years old, and it's had a profound effect.
So let's leave them with, what are you learning from this, and how is this elevating? Because we have to really feel it so that we can heal it. We have to feel it, deal with it, heal it. So how are you healing it? It's recognizing that I have a tremendous amount of empathy, for a lot more empathy, and the recognition that when people are coming forward with their hate, that it's like, boy, there's some. I can't always get there because I get triggered. I know you don't, but I do. Yeah. and it's like I recognize there's some unhealed trauma because of because I've confronted that trauma, that PTSD. I see it, and it's like I'm more likely to find a sense of compassion. Yeah. When I finally confronted my uncle, I felt compassion for him because I realized he didn't just pull this out of a hat. It was like he was a victim, and he was just carrying it on, and I came to break the chain. That's powerful. Yeah. Powerful healing. Y'all give our brother a little bit of love, please. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Part of this work that we get to fellowship is more than walking through the door and asking people, how you doing? Fellowship is really getting to know the fellow person that's next to you, or the fellow woman next to you, or the fellow child next to you. And that means getting authentic and sharing. And that's what our brother just did tonight. So thank you, brother. I love you. Where's our ushers? Come on up, ushers. Hey, we have the basket. We're going to pass the basket right now. This is the time, and I want you to hold on for a second. This is the time that we get to tap into the law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive. We are calling forth y'all to rise up, to take ownership, and to take fellowship and community and take responsibility for our community. This is why we give. And part of the things that we require for sustainability is time, talents, and treasures. And this is the time that we give from our hearts. And as you give, we shall receive. There are many ways at home you can give too. Don't miss your blessing. Give through this. We can go to our QR code that's right there. They'll take you directly to our website, nhcrs.org/give, or you can do the text to give, 818-457-3419, text to give. And right now, before we pass the basket at home, just close your eyes here, bring your hands to your heart, and we just give thanks for this blessings of gifts that's coming through, the monies that are showing up right now. As we receive, we shall give, because we are creating a space that works for everyone through classes, meditation services, being able to be here and to celebrate God, to celebrate this worthiness. So we bless all the tithes and offerings that are coming through the door, knowing that it is meeting our needs in every way. We know all needs are met already in God. So we give thanks, and we simply say, and so it is. Amen.